And we're back. Sorry for that, folks. We figured it out here. There was an issue with the router. The outlet was. Did you catch? All right, and we're back again. We're sorry, folks. Our router, the outlet it was in, lost power. Pacific Steelers did end up scoring while we were down, and Ridley College just a hard-fought chance right after it, not wanting to get down in this game. So right now it's 1-0 Pacific Steelers. 10 minutes left in the game as the Steelers throw the puck in deep. Fighting hard on the board, really just trying to get it out to get in the other zone. Passing up, again, that neutral zone, hard to get through, but they're able to. Shaylin Snow working hard for a team we've seen everywhere in the offensive zone. Crash there behind the net. Jeanette Watt coming around, circling. Passing to her defense. Hard shot goes wide of the net. Coming back in and not able to keep it in, and the Steelers bring it out. Trying to carry it in deep, get bumped up in the neutral zone. Puck turns, and Abby Gregston bringing it down. Sorry, Catherine Culligan, 19, not number 9, brings it, gets it in deep. They'll be working hard to keep it in. They do on that effort. Tegan Ray getting the puck behind the net, passing back to Ava Jask. Jask's shot hit off the stick into the corner. Steelers trying to get it out, not able to pass Robertson. Robertson knocks it up to McIsaac. McIsaac shoot from high slot, glove down on the ice, and back to Jask. Jask to Robertson. Robertson passing it over and back to Jask. He's really looking to set something up here, not trying to rush it. High shot, blocked over the net. Steelers will get it. Breaking it out, not able to control it this time. And that'll be an icing. So some good pressure, counter pressure after that goal let up. Ridley College looking like they'll be able to step up and tie up the game quickly if they keep this up.
Absolutely, some solid offensive pressure there from the Ridley College Tigers, and definitely put on a great offensive effort on that play.
Puck drop and Steelers bring it back in the corner, but Ridley's there. Oh, shot in front of the net. No Ridley player there to knock it in. Dangerous play though from Steelers. Oh, and that'll be a penalty, delayed call on number 12, Abby Boley. It'll be a tripping call. Looked like she kind of got tripped up herself, but as she went down, she brought down Tamina Kaler. And that'll be our first power play of the game, 8:15 left in the first period. 1-0 Pacific Steelers over Ridley College.
So definitely not what Ridley wanted after a great sustained pressure, but looks like they're going to be going on the penalty kill now.
We did see yesterday Ridley was able to get some pressure on the penalty kill. I believe they even got a shorthanded goal yesterday. While they'll be in a more defensive mode, I'm not sure they're going to slow down per se. A shot from the side by Allen hits the post as Maggie Johnson knocks the net loose. Of course, the Ridley College for Chicago Young Americans, yesterday we talked about it a lot. The nets just were not pegged in well. And Maggie Johnson, she really pushes hard off the net to get from one side to the other, and you almost have to when you're down and they're crossing. And there's probably at least 10 net moves that game. And I swear sometimes she just looked back too hard or looked to the side, and the force from her head turning was enough to move the net. Ooh, good pass across, slapper from Allen at the point, makes it through, but blocked aside.
Bit of a deflection out in front as well, so definitely a good save there.
It becomes a lot harder as a goalie when the puck is moving. Another shot from Allen, hits the side of it. Oh, the ref initially pointed in, but then realized the puck went on the back of the net, not in the net. So really close there to that post. Just great shots from Alex Allen. Slap shots. She just has amazing precision. She's weaving it through. None of these big knee hits that just go bounce into the corner. If it is deflected, it still makes it to the net. Be looking to set it up here. 55 seconds left in their power play. Another shot from the point makes it through, but knocked aside by Johnston. Battling in the corner. And bringing it up, knocked out. No, kept in the zone. Pacific, shot through the front of the net, gets through without deflection, makes it to the boards. Now there's a battle. Allen gets it and looking to shoot a pass here. Nice quick snapper. Hits Broussard in front of the net. Rebound was also turned away. Great positioning again by Johnston. And
Ridley finally able to grab a hold of it and send it all the way down.
With 10 seconds left in the penalty. That'd be a great effort to kill there. The Steelers able to bring it back. And we are back at even strength. Ooh, that was Kaler who just skated across the entire ice with the puck there. And we're back to the neutral zone as Lenardin gets it down in deep to Kelsey Patterson. Patterson trying to go around the net with it. Gets it back to her D. The Steelers still looking to set something up. Oh, great shot, deflected in front of the net. Rebound shot. And a good play by Johnston as Kaler had a bit of an opening there, but the pad was just in the way.
Tremendous save by Maggie Johnston just to keep the glove up, the pad down, and make sure she was in perfect position to make that save. As a rec hockey goaltender, I'm well aware of how much that can hurt at the times. So it's a solid effort on the goaltending side.
My highest level of goaltending was in Pee-wees, and I think most of those would have went in against me. It was a great forwarding pass. Abby Grexton getting it, trying to work around two Steelers players. Gets in front of the net. Oh, Van Broys just not able to get her stick hard down on it with two Steelers there. Pulling back out of the zone is Sims, going to dump it in deep. Johnson trying to stop it behind the net. Not quite able to, but her team still gets it for the breakout here. Battling up the boards. Boley throws it up, gets knocked around, but then Van Boys is there again. Open shot. Oh! Defender gets a stick on her stick, not letting her shoot, and she goes hard into the boards. Van Boys is a little slow getting up. It looks like she'll stay in the game. Oh, steal for Ridley. Not quite able to knock it deep. But Clark is able to on when it gets to her. Puck around, Steelers high off the glass, getting it down the ice. Some pressure being put on by Pasca. But Ridley College getting it, trying to break it out around the boards. Puck makes it over the blue line. Oh, and great Shaylin Snow, trying really hard to get it down the ice, but not able to. And Steelers get it down deep, and Ridley ends again. Ridley bringing it through the neutral zone, across the center ice. And it comes back down, and we called offside as Patterson was just kind of spinning at the blue line there, but her feet were in front when the puck went past.
Audra Van Roboys kind of got hauled down in the background of that last rush by Ridley, so hope she's okay.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to stay on, but then Ridley did a line change and she went off with that. So sometimes you're kind of leaning on your stick to bear down on a shot, and your stick kind of gets knocked away from you and you go down. The Steelers battling it, getting to the front of the net, but it gets knocked away. Shaylin Snow grabbing, breaking it out here. 1-on-2, Shaylin beats 1D, gets back around the outside, backhand shot's knocked away. Emma Robertson grabbing the puck in front of the net. Shot from the point. Hits a player on the way through. Hard battle by Ridley. They're trying to bring it out. Pacific Steelers able to get it and dump it in deep. Ridley gathering it, bringing it back out, breaking out here.
Or not, as it gets held in by Pacific.
Yeah, that's great play by Rum and Rye. Oh, post shot from Alexander. Great shot again through traffic. Really working hard to try to get that breakout going, but Steelers are everywhere in force. Knocking it behind the net again.
It almost looks like the Steelers have a man advantage right now. There's just an extra player out there for them.
They're just everywhere, doing everything. Weirdly getting it neutral zone, but trying to battle through. Sadie Parchin, hard on the boards, trying to knock it back in deep, getting help from Gohanty, getting it in deep. Ridley having to set up again. Going in the back round to hope there's open space to break it out here again. And there's not, as Allen at the point gets it, keeps it in for the Steelers. Hard shot from the other point to hit, deflected just wide. Back in the corner, and Ridley might get a break here, getting the puck past Allen, but no. Steelers able to knock it back in, and Ridley doing this time just throwing it down the ice. That will be an icing, but remember in this league, you're allowed to change on an icing, so it might have been the smartest play you can do at that point.
Just nothing going their way. They're not catching their passes right now. Ridley can't catch a break that way. So you're struggling to make sure you have momentum, and
you can see
you've got to really hit your man when
you can see them playing more of a traditional breakout, but Steelers are just bearing down on it. They're going to need to figure something out. That center kind of in the center. You don't want to be right in front of the net, but kind of center of the circle coming up, getting the short pass. Ridley is able to break it out there. The Steelers get it in their end. They'll try to quickly bring it back the other way. Battle at the blue line. Takes a few efforts to get through, but here comes the Steelers. Cameron Wong, of course, we saw Wong all over the ice yesterday. Great goal, great assist. Should be bringing it back in. Oh, and Patterson just a little slow on getting back on side. We'll have a whistle at the blue line.
It was a close call at the blue line, just nothing going their way right now.
She looked like she was coasting into her turn, and maybe she kind of took a stride into it. Might have been on time. Minute 13 left in the first period. Steelers up over Ridley, 1-0. Ridley will be looking to bring it up, getting some help there, throwing it down, but Steelers do get it in their own end. Coming back this way are the Steelers is Alex Allen. Throwing it against deflected, goes wide. Ridley grabbing it. Now they have a good breakout chance, headed by Emma Robertson with the puck. So two wingers with her behind the net. There's a battle for it. Watt throwing it up the board. Shaylin Snow's there. Snow back to her D. Jasp back to Snow. Snow carrying it in. Able to get by one. Puts it on net. Puck's loose in front of the net. Knocked away out front. 30 seconds left. Trying to set back up with Clark. Clark to Jasp. Oh, Jasp trying to back it to Clark. Goes right to his stick and waiting Steeler. Gets shot over the net though. Battling hard in the corner. I believe that was Wong again. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Ramen Rai. Spinning off the ice, the rest of the team change with a few seconds left. We probably won't see it much here. And the horn blows. So a pretty action-filled first period. 13 shots for the Pacific Steelers, 7 for Ridley College. 1-0 Steelers over Ridley. There's we've seen it kind of all weekend with these teams. Some issues, especially kind of maybe 4 feet inside of the blue line, all across the neutral zone. It's really hard to just hold on to that puck. You're kind of just knocking it into the neutral zone. You're chasing it, but usually the other team's got it and they're bringing it back, dumping it in deep, and you have to do it all over again. So not a lot of controlled possession in that area, but otherwise, very, very good hockey, very good defensively. The Steelers' goal was, wasn't so much Ridley was just out of the place. It was just kind of good bounce, good positioning by the Steelers. So not a bad first period.
Not at all. And Ridley has a lot of good things to be proud of coming out of that. They put on a solid offensive sequence a couple of times here in that period. So you have nothing to be ashamed of. You just have some things you maybe need to tighten up like maybe catching your passes, because that's kind of how the game moves forward.
Yeah. All right, so as we get ready for the second period, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
SAR Sport and Recreation in Steinbach. We're the Husqvarna motorcycle, Polaris ORV, and Polaris slingshot dealer. Along with full sales of new and used, we offer service, parts, and sales for everything. Come and see us in Steinbach.
Hi, I'm Rick Funk from Funk's Toyota. Our family has been in the automotive business for over 45 years. That's 45 plus years of looking after customers. We have a top worldwide recognized product that we are proud to be a partner with Toyota Canada. Every new and used vehicle is negotiable when it comes to purchasing your vehicle here at Funk's Toyota. Our staff of many years is very knowledgeable and will help you, not force you with your buying decision. There are no hidden fees and no pressure tactics. Not only that,
In the second period, I'd like to thank our sponsors, of course. Without them, we couldn't bring you this game. And Steelers bring the puck in. Hard one-timer, what a goal! Just perfect execution on that breakaway, or 2-on-1. And Danica Pascal will get her team a 2-goal lead there.
That's a solid setup from the Pacific Steelers as they come right in and kind of had their way with the Ridley College defense.
Yeah, they set it up, and again, you saw how they moved through the neutral zone, and that doesn't really happen when you're able to carry the puck through the neutral zone like that. Good things happen. You're able to set up what you want to do down in the other team's zone. So the Pacific Steelers have a 2-0 lead here. About 20 seconds in the second period.
Wraparound opportunity. You don't see many of those.
No, and Janica Watt was there, and it was just out of reach. She was kind of high slot, and the puck rolled right in front of her. Great shot had she been able to get a stick on it, or it would have been a great shot. Now Ridley back in there and trying to work it out. And again, they have to really use that behind the net because the Steelers just swarm the one side that you just need a breathing room. So you throw it to your, and Steelers as Broussard in front of the net having puck, getting hooked up and knocking it into the corner. Steelers just have the energy here. They just look like they figured out this breakout, figured out this Ridley defense, and are jumping on it, and they steal the puck again on the close corner. Patterson Taylor keeping the puck in. Back to Parson. Oh! And Cameron Elliott in front of Ridley. The puck was going wide. She knocks it in on her old goalie, but luckily Johnson heads up play, staying in position even though, puck's going wide, I can relax, and she doesn't.
And that's another thing you definitely want to make sure you get from your goaltender is never quitting, never sitting back and saying, oh, this play isn't going anywhere.
Alex Allen's shot from the point is knocked wide by Tegan Ray. Steelers, unfortunately, stick gets under the Steelers. It will be called a hook, although it was definitely a trip, as you can see. Kind of stands on the stick, and I would say it's one of those non-intentional tripping penalties, but it's a penalty all the same. Now
you got to know what you're doing with your stick every single second of the game. You can't let it get away from you like that.
Of course, this power play is brought to you by Pembina Valley Chrysler in Winkler. If you're looking for a new or quality used vehicle, go to PembinaValleyChrysler.ca today. Steelers setting up their power play, and we saw them do this very well in their first power play, and they continued to, even after full strength, they kind of kept that mentality to just moving the puck around, waiting for the shot. You see that here, just rotating, cycling. That shot is knocked back. Pascal across to Wong, shot, and it's in! Close side, just over the pad, kind of hits off the top, hits off the post and in. What precision by Cameron Wong. And that'll be a 3-0, a quick 2 goals here. 2 minutes and 6 seconds in the second period.
And Cameron Wong just right in the wheelhouse. You can't position yourself any better than where she was.
And the Steelers, they're just, again, working, cycling that puck. They're able, Ridley's defense have been very solid in clamping down, but they're just moving. And of course, when you have one person left, that's why you move the puck like that. It's because eventually you're going to have an opening. Cameron Wong had that opening. She bobbled the puck, and sometimes you go to rush the puck and you just do weird shots that go up, over, around, wherever around the net, but not in net. She took that extra moment's hesitation, settled the puck down, and put it home. And that goal is brought to you by My Phone, your authorized TELUS dealer, with 2 locations in Brandon and 1 in Burden. My Phone will set you up with all of your wireless needs. Really working hard here to get the puck out. The neutral zone, they're able to make it through this time. Vander boys working with Carmen Elliott. Battling in the corner. Back up, but Steelers able to grab it. Now they're breaking out. Have some room as Kaler. The shooter pass. Ooh, she kind of just leaves the puck a little behind her and a deke around the defenseman and really bringing it back. Watt having it in the zone, going towards the net, gets knocked away. Culligan kind of dumping it on net and making Madison Fox have to jump on it.
And good recognition that there is something going on that you don't want, and that was a good shot from the close side, but just nothing working right now for Ridley.
And puck drop, Ridley wins it back. Just passing back and forth along the boards here. Pacific jumping in there trying to get it out. Not able to as a knocker on the net. Gets thrown up. Steelers knocking it past the defender, and here they go through the neutral zone. And able to knock it in deep. So a good play by the Pacific Steelers to get it into the neutral zone and then down in the other end. Well, Ridley quickly turns that around, hitting the feet of the defender. Kind of a few big hits there along the boards. They're battling it. We talked about the physicality. That's, you know, obviously. Oh! And Snow just kind of getting frustrated. The Steelers did kind of have more contact there, and it was just coming to start again. And she lays out Parton. That'll be a head contact penalty, although I'm sure you could call it a body check or a roughing penalty, whatever. They're all about the same. And that'll be a power play for the first time for Ridley, or for, no, sorry, that would be Ridley Steelers, or not Ridley Steelers, Pacific Steelers, third power play. Of course, the Steelers get just being able to rotate that puck, cycle it in the zone. They're looking to do that again here. Able to get a goal on their last power play. Ridley, oh, just not able to hold it to get it out of zone, and here comes the cycle. Wong, shot from the point, hits the goalie, stays down.
Maggie Johnston making another solid save there.
And if you see, the cycle didn't last as long, and there's a clear avenue. There's players on one side and the other side of the shooting lane and no one in it. And, Wong will take that empty shot, but if you had a person or two there, it might have got deflected or something, or at least screen the goalie, make the goalie not get that
work for it.
Yeah. Steelers getting the puck here and working that cycle again. It gets knocked away briefly, but Pascal knocks it in and able to grab it. Alex Allen at the point, Wong in the other point. You see them cycling it low this time. Gets away from them, slap around the boards, can't get past Wong, and knocks it back in. Ridley just not wanting to let the cycle go, kind of being a bit more aggressive, it looks like, on this penalty kill to break it up. And they get it, but shot at Allen at the D. You really got to get those off the boards. You can't just shoot them at the defenders. Allen gets the puck over to Wong. Wong moving, deked one person. Oh, fans on the shot, gets it back. Oh, just deflects off someone in front of the net. What a great play by Cameron Wong. And they're working it again. Wong over to Alex. Alex, one-timer shoot, just wide of the net. Pasca getting there to keep it in, not quite able to, and they will have to regroup back in their own end. But just, what a great move by Wong. She dekes one person out, stands on the shot, but able to get it, and just such a good shot.
And then to set up the one-timer for Alex Allen as well. A great opportunity for the Pacific Steelers.
Patterson over to Wong. Wong just kind of weak shots there, hoping to get some traffic in front to play with it. Gets to knock to the boards and back up. Steelers power play just looking so strong, but they weren't able to get a goal, as it is now even ice. Sherilyn Snow coming back out onto the... What a strong pass, and it goes in! Just a centering pass, no one in the way, and when you are just right there, able to just bear down and put the puck in, I mean, what's Johnston going to be able to do? The puck has just crossed her entire crease. She can only do so much, even pushing off the post, and it just goes in.
And just a bad bounce, really, for Ridley College on that one. That the puck would come right out to where the Steelers' offensive players are.
And just kind of slapping the puck around, and you can't. It's a great effort by the Steelers again. And I mentioned it yesterday, I'll mention it again today. Just because the penalty is over, when you get in that cycle rhythm, sometimes you're able to keep that even at even strength, and it's almost like you're still on the power play, and they're able to just keep moving the puck. Really brings it deep into the Steelers end. Keep moving the puck, get it to where you want, and there's just an uncovered player there that should not have been, and able to knock that in. Roman Rye knocks it up. Alex Allen getting it, throwing it on net. It's knocked aside by Johnson. Two players go crashing into the boards together. Steelers just working hard and coming back. Snow coming in, nice little deep, looking for a pass, gets a pass there. Oh, not able to handle it, and we knocked in on Madison Fox. So that was Catherine Culligan. The puck just kind of bouncing on her and not able to keep it down. And I don't know if that was Shaylin Snow's bad, or not a bad pass, but just kind of a hack pass that made it bounce, or just kind of a slap reception by Catherine Culligan. But
and that goes back to what we talked about between the first and second periods here, about making sure you're catching your passes and you're making solid passes as well.
Anyone who's ever watched the first Mighty Ducks passing the egg, that's the goal there, is you want to hold the puck on the pass. There's a battle there behind the net. And coming around, wraparound try, and no room. Tegan Ray doing the wraparound, but Madison Fox was there. So something else interesting in our little delay there with power issues with our router in the first period. During that time, Pacific Steelers actually took a timeout, so we didn't miss as much. So we're not quite sure what the coach decided to talk about that early in the game. But I mean, with a 4-0 lead and the Steelers really just dominating in all aspects of the game right now, it worked, or whatever they were doing worked.
Leading in shots 18-10 right now.
And the scoring chances are even far more skewed, I think. Ridley shot.
Definitely a telling stat for this game right now.
Battling down in the corner. And the ref doesn't blow it dead, as there's, I think, two Ridley and a Steelers player sitting on the ice, but really off the glass, and that's a better effort than we've seen from them, getting it off the boards or the glass, not just at the defense, but Wong able to keep it in twice there.
But Cameron Wong just standing there at the blue line, making sure that puck doesn't get out.
Wong, we've seen her just so great at puck handling. You're going to have to do more to get that by her. Battling along the far boards there.
She seems to be kind of like the Eric Carlson type player. The solid, steady blue liner who can skate, they obviously can shoot, and spread the puck around fairly easily.
Very skilled offensively as well. When she's up there in the zone attacking, you can't tell that she's normally standing there on the blue line.
And not a defensive liability at the same time.
Exactly, she gets back, she's fast. Alex Allen through traffic, gets knocked aside. Again, you can see Steelers trying to start the cycle, not able to this time. Kind of a desperate throw the puck out for Ridley, but Alex Allen is there. And again, they're just going to ice the puck because they're tired.
And the ice a little slow now, so
Yeah, and almost didn't make it.
It almost didn't even make it all the way.
Everyone just kind of stopped skating, and the puck is like, well, I'm going to stop too if no one's going to chase me. Kind of like the annoying neighbor's dog. It comes on your yard, it barks at you, and when you chase it, it runs, but when you stop, it stops and looks back at you.
And comes right back.
Yeah. But it does make it over the goal line, and the Steelers get it. Ooh, nice quick shot by, I was going to say Pasca, but that's not Pasca, that's Parton. Pasca is number 17. Oh, great shot from the side that gets knocked and hit onto Johnston, but Johnston, again, in position, down. Even though the puck looks like it's just going to slide in front of you harmlessly in front of your crease.
You got to make sure you're on top of that one, which Maggie Johnston definitely was.
And Ridley College bringing it out, getting it out, and attacking now. Coming in past, trying to get Vanderboys in front of the net, but not quite there.
Just a little too far in front again, hitting your man with the pass, or teammate, I guess.
And the puck gets knocked down into Ridley's end. And again, the physicality of this game showing into play here. And I think Ridley's been a little frustrated with that. Pacific Steelers delayed offside, letting Ridley just collect the puck. But
puck came around and almost bounced right out in front of the net there on Maggie Johnston. But
luckily there was that delayed offside. Otherwise, Steelers there could have made something of it. Wong skating it in. Nice pass over, and Kaler shooting, knocked aside. You see Wong.
That shot gives Pacific double the amount of shots that Ridley has.
20-10 right now. Ridley only 2 shots in this period. But they do get it out here, breaking through with Watts. Watt getting it by Wong, bringing it in front of the net. Trying to go to the net. Oh, she runs into the goalie, and that'll knock the net loose.
I'm thinking could be goalie interference call on this one too, even without the goal.
I didn't see the ref motion anything, and I think he's going to say that the Steelers kind of helped her stay on her path towards the goalie.
They did. They definitely did.
I like what the Steelers did there. You know, your goalie gets run into, and you see it all levels of hockey in the NHL. Sometimes they just attack the player for doing that. This time they waited. They see that she's not going after the goalie. She's actually trying to back away, and you don't risk piling on your goalie. You've seen it sometimes where it's not the initial hit that hurts the goalie. It's your defender tackling the player or knocking
in
down
retaliation
the
over that hit.
And there's some dangerous plays that you just
completely avoidable
there at the blue line, and that's I believe Emma Robertson. No, not Robertson. Shaylin Clark, slow to get up. Hard collision at the blue line, trying to keep the puck in. She was able to, so good job there.
And another great offensive effort there for Ridley as they wrapped around a shot in close.
Really keeping the puck in low. Steelers breaking out, and they have a chance here, 2-on-1. Roberts having Sims in front of the net, shoot just wide.
That's one of those shots that you have to put on the net, whether you're up 4-0 or down 4-0.
Even if it doesn't get in, because you have other people behind you coming in, that rebound bouncing to them to do something with it. But again, we see Steelers here kind of rotating, cycling that puck, looking for a shot. There's a shot, hits traffic, stops in front. Second effort just over the net. Ridley knocking it out, and that Snow chasing, getting kind of tangled up in there. Allen bringing the puck up to Broussard. We haven't said Broussard's name too much today. She was such a big factor yesterday. Passes in front of the net, gets knocked away.
Ridley just not having the fresh legs that the Pacific Steelers have right now, and it's really hurting them.
On their bench, if anything, it looks like they have a player or two more, but you're right, they're just running around that defensive zone, getting position, it just wears you out. And again, they take the icing just for that change. We have 7:32 left in the period here. Second period, 4-0 lead, Steelers over Ridley College. They win the face-off. They're looking to start the cycle again. Pass thrown in, but Kaler's not able to knock it towards the net. Good deke, holding on to the puck. Just what great stick handling with Kaler. Oh, she's free. High side slot. Hits the post. Second effort from her teammate. Not able to get it in. What an effort from Kaler. And they're still going. Wong has it in front of the net. So dangerous. Not able to control it. Ridley countering. And just Wong's speed getting back there. Kind of being twisted up down low, but she gets back, disrupts the pass, and Steelers get in their own end. Will be looking for another breakout here. And they do. Patterson going, not able to get by Boley. Pass up to Boley. Boley trying to bring it in. Can't get past Wong, who knocks it back up to Kaler. Kaler has 2 forwards with her. Throws it up. Kristen not able to handle it, but does knock it in deep. Up in front. Puck goes high, stays in play. I believe that was Raman Rai, and yes it is. Ridley trying to bring it in, but it gets knocked away. Kristen trying to pull it out. She does. Battle in the neutral zone. Of course, Steelers have been dominant in the neutral zone, and they do it once again, bringing it in. Kristen and Sims.
And Pacific has just been outstanding this whole game so far. And there's another shot deflected off a stick in front, and Maggie Johnston made the save. Just tremendous hockey right now from Pacific Steelers. They have been lights out this whole game so far.
So thankful for Jared being here today. Of course, talk about battling my cold yesterday. And I need to blow my nose here and kind of put my mic down. Steelers working it in again. Nice shot from the point, deflected, but goes wide. Battle down in the corner. Steelers getting the puck, moving around out. Allen throws it in deep. Pasca trying to get it back out and continue the Steelers' pressure. Pops out. Will Ridley be able to get it out? Nope, behind the net. Working, trying to get it around the net to some open space for Ridley to work, but there hasn't been open space when they do that. Steelers have just been so quick to get into position and putting pressure on. We got to hear Watt. Watt skating up with Emma Robertson. And not able to get past the Steelers D. Linesman not able to get out of the way of the puck there. Hard battle there, just a group. I believe Mary Sweetapple was kind of knocked on, and the battle was over her, and she couldn't stand up. And rather than to fight through it, she just kind of hunkered down, and the whistle went. 4:45 left in the second period.
And when your choice is either get whacked at because the puck is underneath you, it's just better to take the whistle on that one.
Yeah, you can kind of just, you shield yourself, defend yourself. Oh, Wong trying to clear it in, it goes over the glass. Yeah, where if you stand up, you're kind of stretching out places, and and you're just getting at sometimes some of the shoving's going on above you, or if you raise your head, you might be getting hit with a glove or stick, and puck over the glass and face off back here on this side. Steelers winning the face off, just looking very strong on the face off this second period.
Bursting right through the middle, up the middle of the ice into Ridley's end again. Pacific just having their way right now on offense.
Back to Wong, Wong throwing it. Oh, Piper! It snakes its way through, but hits the pipe.
Well, Ridley's definitely going to have to pay the Piper on this one.
They don't get some goals soon, I think they will. And they're cycling back. Oh, just a little bit behind Gormley. Not able to get the shot. Had a great chance in the high slot there. Ridley putting pressure on, but if you just see Steelers defensemen, they know where that puck is, and even if it's just a little tap, a little that Ridley can't control for a second longer to let the rest of their players catch up. Steelers looking for the breakout and just doing so well. Puck's going on net. Steelers D is there, and the puck is going to get out of the zone here. Able almost at will move through the Steelers player, or sorry, Steelers moving through Ridley players and dumping it in deep.
This
Ridley,
game definitely not one of the best by Ridley.
well, they just the Steelers just didn't. Oh, and that'll be offside. I believe that was Sims kind of stepping over, trying to dodge some players, but when you dodge players, you can't pick up your inside foot there. You have to leave it down, otherwise you're offsides. But indeed, we saw it took a few periods for Chicago to wear them down, but Pacific Steelers, Ridley, they had 2 games yesterday, early game again today. It's taken the Steelers a little bit less to wear them down, kind of same style as the Chicago, high intensity, high tempo, just swarming you everywhere. And Ridley just kind of seems more of a defensive, work the puck out team, hasn't been able to answer puck in front of the net.
And when you play 3 quick games like that in the span of 26, 27 hours, it's gonna wear you down.
Yeah. And now, Steelers fans are saying, but this is our 4th game with the late game Thursday night, and while that's true, we can't see their fatigue, so some teams are just better conditioned.
Are they maybe just so sleep deprived that they don't know what they're doing anymore?
Maybe.
I don't know. They've been playing a solid game so far, leading by.
Well, luckily, the games yesterday ended pretty early. We were out of here about 4:35 o'clock, I believe. So if they went straight to their hotel room, perhaps they did get a lot of sleep. I know with me, I was in bed before 8 last night. Another early game this morning, and Jess bringing it in for Ridley. They're just trying that Steelers defensive end just hasn't seen much action. And again, Steelers just get to the puck, knock it out in the neutral zone. Shaylin Snow coming. She has great puck handling skills to be working the defense. High just off the blocker.
Shaylin's
behind the net. Out in front of the net. Watt has it, couldn't quite hold it. Had a chance there. Steelers hop on the puck and move down the other way.
Another opportunity for the Tigers to put a chance to the net, and their passing, they just couldn't connect.
And if a play kind of sums up what's happening this game, I think that would be it, as one gets the puck here and they're starting their cycle. Fans on the shot. Steelers in that situation, they have been right in front of the head net, right in the slot, and able to bear down and put them in the net. Ridley, they're running around because
of the solid defense of the Steelers.
Steelers are pulling them out of position with their speed that they weren't able to. Soft shot by Wong gets knocked down in front of the net. Ridley looking to pull it out and just not able to again. And Steelers have just been so great at keeping the puck in. The shot, pass, Pasca, long shot, doesn't go anywhere. Ridley just trying to get it again into open ice around the net. There's a battle behind the net here. Again, the ref's telling them to play. Ridley just confident just to sit on. Remember this in the game against the Young Americans as well, where Ridley, if there's a battle there's a scrum on the boards, you're down. Don't worry about getting up. If they're not going to back off you, just stay down. You're allowed to. You take the face off, but especially if none of the other team is down. If you throw the puck out, until you stand up, they have a man advantage for a hard shot off the face-off.
A man advantage that the Tigers really can't afford to give up right now.
Until you get up and get back into the play. And sometimes, again, we talked about the ending power play doesn't always end the advantage if you've gotten that rhythm of the cycle. With 10 seconds left here in the period, Steelers chasing the puck in deep, and Ridley going to be looking to just kind of sit on it, get it out of there. And they do, as the second period draws to a close. So a lot of goals here in the second period.
Just on the one side of the scoreboard, however.
Yeah, and they have a 4-0 lead going to the third period. Ridley, we saw it in the third period when the Young Americans started pouring it on them, ended up with 4 goals in that third period. Same style coming from Steelers. They're just kind of, Ridley has a defensive system, but when it starts getting chiseled at and picked at and starts breaking, the Steelers just hammer home on it, and the Chicago did it yesterday. and Ridley's going to have to come out in this third period and, you know, fix the hole, fix the falling behind.
And 4 goals is a deep hole to try to climb out of in a single period. They had some solid opportunities in that period. Again, there's just nothing going their way right now.
In this period, they only got 3 shots as well, so we talked about a kind of a steep hill to climb on the way back out. You're going to need more than 3 shots just to get that hole, so they're going to have to figure something out. Coach is going to have to put something together and maybe try some risks, try some chances, you know, stretching a person, getting a person to kind of leave the zone earlier, trying to get that stretch pass, do something here to start with 1 goal and then go from there.
And the one goal, there have been great opportunities at both ends, but there's just so many great chances, so many more great chances coming from Pacific than there are from Ridley right now.
So as the second period's end, it's 4-0 Pacific Steelers over Ridley College. We'll bring you the third period, and when the ice is clean, we'll be back after word from our sponsors.
SAR Sport and Recreation in Steinbach. We're the Husqvarna motorcycle, Polaris ORV, and Polaris slingshot dealer. Along with full sales of new and used, we offer service, parts, and sales for everything. Come and see us in Steinbach.
Hi, I'm Melanie from Melanie Bond and Athletic Therapy. I deal with rehab here. And one of the treatments that I use is massage, some mobilizations, and there are many other techniques that I take care of to help heal injuries.
I treat sports injuries, workplace injuries, motor vehicle accident injuries, and I direct bill to MPI, WCB, and other third-party insurers. Thank you. Come see us.
Hi, I'm Rick Funk from Funk's Toyota. Our family has been in the automotive business for over 45 years. That's 45 plus years of looking after customers. We have a top worldwide recognized product that we are proud to be a partner with Toyota Canada. Every new and used vehicle is negotiable when it comes to purchasing your vehicle here at Funk's Toyota. Our staff of many years is very knowledgeable and will help you, not force you with your buying decision. There are no hidden fees and no pressure tactics. Not only that, we promise what we deliver and have one of the best used vehicle warranties in the business. Our staff love to serve and you will feel like family after your first visit. We are not perfect, but we love to please here at Funk's Toyota. For those of you that have experienced our Funk's Toyota family way, please share it with others and like us and share us on Facebook. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Manitoba Amateur Sports. Visit us online at www.funks.toyota.ca.
SAR Sport and Recreation in Steinbach. We're the Husqvarna motorcycle, Polaris ORV, and Polaris slingshot dealer. Along with full sales of new and used, we offer service, parts, and sales for everything. Come and see us in Steinbach.
And we're back here at the BellMTS Iceplex in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I got to remember, Bell bought out MTS, so the MTS Center is no longer the MTS Center where the Winnipeg Jets play. It's the BellMTS Center. You get better TV prices now, but we come to you free. Manitoba Sports Network. Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors because we come to you without a network and all the contracts for that. It's our sponsors who put us on air. And so we like to thank them. We run them commercials, you know. Kind of look at commercials differently when they're the ones that kind of get you your paycheck and get you to do this job's more than a paycheck. It's fun, you know. I get to come here and watch some great hockey. This morning,
and you get to talk for a living too.
I gotta talk. I mean, I don't like the sound of my voice, and you know, most people don't like me talking, but they have to listen to me here. You know, my kids are running around, and you know, it's just like what kind of job you can just tell your kids to go have fun and play. And of course, they're coming on my lap, and I'm trying to do signals like "go away," but no, they're pretty good. They've kind of learned the system. But so thank you to our sponsors for allowing me to do this. You know, for those of you listening from Manitoba, you know, give them even if you're not buying something from them, if you're around them, just say thanks for supporting amateur sports. And for our other provincials, our American friends will be watching Chicago over there on the other feed, but I think some of these guys have online stores, so maybe give them a look and see like, hey, how can I support someone who supports amateur sports? Most of them are pretty cool people. We know a lot of them personally, not me myself, but either Glenn, our network head, or some of the other guys, so thank you. So we are
one of the interesting things I noticed during that second period was whether or not I'm sure the coaches are definitely making sure that teams know what's going on, but we mentioned during the first period break that passing was a big problem and just nothing's working out for Ridley right now, and nothing's going to happen if they keep missing their passes.
Indeed. I mean, you don't have the puck.
if you don't have the puck, it's a old cliche, but you can't score if you don't have the puck.
I mean, there have been once in a while where a goal will go in without your team's involvement, but we're talking like, you know, a fraction of a percentage here. You need that puck. You need it in the other team's zone. And again, you know, there was some good pressure near the end. Ridley was in the zone. They were putting on some pressure, but the Steelers have just been so systematic getting that puck out. And I mentioned in the first period, and I'll point out here where Ridley, or it might have been during the period, Ridley's been following their system so much that the Steelers are right there in their face, not letting them break out. Whereas the Steelers, when they're breaking out, if they see Ridley's going to be where you're going to be, then you do something else with it. You pass it to your centerman. You do something moving forward. Ridley, when they do see that, they just tend to dump it back behind the net. Well, now you got to start over. You're back at peg one. Steelers, they haven't been doing that. Usually it's finding a center or even the other wing, rotating kind of through the center. There's a great quote. We were at the Seven Oaks Sportsplex yesterday. A great quote on your wall from Wayne Gretzky. I hear he was a pretty good hockey player.
That's what I hear.
And it says, a good player is where the puck is. A great player is where the puck's going to be. The Steelers, they have been playing great. They have been seeing what Ridley's been doing, and they have been getting there. And Ridley, they have to retreat each time. And then again, on the other end, Steelers, they don't retreat, they change on the fly. And I think that, you can pick and pull out 100 different things that the Steelers are doing that the Ridley's not. But I think if you just think of that, where Ridley have been retreating and starting from square one, Steelers have not. And a lot of these things you can kind of connect to that. Again, in front of I remember pointing out, Ridley, the puck squirts out in front of Steelers' goal, and there's no one there because they've been pulled apart and they're scrambling, they're trying to regroup. Whereas Steelers, when it's happened at the other end, they've been there, they've borne down on the puck, and it's been a goal.
And that's another thing, is that Ridley they can't do anything because of the solid defense of the Pacific Steelers.
Yeah.
The Steelers have had some outstanding defense today from, first of all, Cameron Wong, and then Alex Allen as well.
Indeed. I believe they're 1-2. We've seen them play with some other people. We saw Wong with Gormley there for a bit. But definitely on that power play, them cycling the puck, continuing the cycle, after the power play. And then both of them will jump into play. Allen looks more like the defensive two-way D, but and Cameron Wong is definitely 100% offensive D. But she's also, it doesn't mean she can't play defensively very strong. She does. It's just she's so quick to get into the play, do something, make something happen, and get back. And we've seen that with another goal from her today.
And that's actually only her second goal of the season, whether you'd believe it or not.
I wouldn't believe it unless you would tell me, because, just seeing her play, it's just like, are you kidding? She gets so many good shots, so many chances. But, sometimes if she sets players up, how many assists did she have? Maybe the rest of her points looks like 7 assists.
She has 7 assists coming into this game, and then she has at least one, I believe, setting up Alex Allen for that one-timer from the
and I believe
side.
Another one yesterday. So I know another one yesterday. So again, okay, that's more believable. She shooting really well today, but she also passes really well. So it's just crazy. Looking over Chicago Young Americans, kind of surprising. Only a 1-0 lead over Balmoral Hall, and Balmoral Hall being Winnipeg, the hometown, you don't want to talk down on them, but just the way they've played, they've kind of been back on their heels, and again, that's why they're 0-3 so far. Oh, sorry, they are 1-2. They did beat Ridley last night, but Chicago, they've just been on fire. And honestly, I think that the only coming into today, I thought the only team that has a chance is when the Steelers play them again tonight to make Chicago not go undefeated. But 1-0 over at the other game for the Young Americans over, I believe it's Balmoral Hall Blaze. Sorry to all the friends that we have most of the team's names here, but Balmoral Hall, we just have Balmoral Hall. So this game starts. Balmoral Hall Blazers. This game starts, and a quick already transition. Ridley gets it into Steelers end. Steelers again. Their breakout has just been, it's just been killer. They get it out, they bring it out, and covered by Maggie Johnson, and now an offensive face-off. And they've just been so good on the draw. Gormley throwing the puck in, gets knocked aside. Again, we see Gormley is playing with Wong again, this deep pairing, so. Pass up, Ridley, nice breakout there. We talked about it, pass to your centerman, that's what they did there. There was coverage on the winger, Shaylin Snow, so they passed it over to Watt, who's breaking center. They're able to bring it into the zone, not able to get it in deep, but that's what you have to do. And if they continue that, we'll see better breakouts than we've seen so far today.
And that time they just kind of threw it away. What?
It looked like she was looking around for something different, didn't see it, and just got it out into the neutral zone. But if these D are going to start looking and not just going through their set routine, the bad pass there without her head up gets stolen, but they're able to knock it away behind the net. Then we can see Ridley breaking it out, and then again, we talked about possession. You can break it out, getting the other team's end. That's when goals start happening. They're putting pressure up high there. And here we go, they get it out again. Abby Boley has a couple wing meets with her. Trying to make it towards the net, not able to get around Alex Allen. And again, now got to just keep that pressure on and make the Steelers jump around a lot in the defensive zone, because when you're moving a lot in the defensive zone, you're not staying where you're kind of. Sweet Apple gets the puck, brings it in, not able to get the shot off. But
a good opportunity, just Sweet Apple couldn't get it off the ground and to the net.
What did allow Ridley to change, which has also been a struggle for Ridley, so always being kind of back on their heels. They haven't been able to change as much, getting tired and worn out, and Steelers jumping on it.
And that's a problem, because Ridley has a fair number more players as well that you've got to get through your lineup, and just...
So you have the players to stay fresh legs on the ice.
But if you can't change, that does not help you at all.
We have the freshest legs are standing up over on the bench when that happens. So see the puck get shot over the boards. We brought for a face-off here.
So Ridley is finally starting to connect on those passes. And the stick handling, it's not great. They're struggling. Ridley has had just about nothing go their way this whole game.
And they'll have to. I mean, they're doing again these breakouts. They've changed it up, and it's worked a few times.
It is working. They're definitely doing better on the breakout, at least.
And then you got to hold it, getting it into the opponent's zone, and Raman Ray has dumped it in, and we'll switch up for the Steelers. New line for the Steelers now. And we see that physicality of Broussard against Shaylin Snow. Snow bringing it in, allowing the rest of her line to change.
Snow, the leading point getter for Ridley, 10 points so far. And she's been good today, just maybe a little undisciplined.
That penalty of frustration last period, which we've talked about the physical play, and they've been letting most of it go, even a couple, full-on body checks that haven't just been bone crushing. They've kind of let, and but she turned around after one in particular that probably should have been called a body check. It was a little far from the boards, a good board rattle, and hitting a player in the head. And you don't want to. Let's see if that'll be another big thing to do. Will they get another? I don't believe they have a power play themselves.
They have not had a power play yet today.
And so you can't give another power play to the Steelers. Let's see if they can just discipline it up. And it looks like there's a delayed penalty. And there'll be a tripping call on Ridley. So unfortunate. Just talking about trying to discipline and not give Steelers a power play. And here we go. Of course.
And that's Watt going to the box.
This power play is brought to you by Speedy Auto Glass in Somerset and Winkler. For all your auto glass repair needs, go to Speedy Auto Glass.
And the Steelers right back with it off the face-off again.
See Allen and Wong again there, and Wong, dangerous high slot. Looks high off the goalie's protector. Almost looked like it could have hit her helmet had she not kind of shrugged. Getting it back to her defense. Wong looking, and another shot. Low hits traffic. Oh, great play by Ridley, heads up play. Allen way across. Back to Allen, one-timer. Tip, deflection, rebound, in. And that's what you do. That's why they cycle. A great shot by Allen gets deflected. I believe that's Pasca. Really hard to see with it. No, that's Taylor. And you'll likely be able to see better than that.
Is that Broussard?
Luckily,
Broussard.
whoever it was a great shot, a deflection, rebound, put in. 3 players all getting a point on that play because of 3 players really making that play. It's now 5-0 for the Steelers.
And there's Cameron Wong again. Just
Isn't she tired by now? She is everywhere. I mean, I'm tired just thinking about all the skating she did yesterday.
Does she have a clone? Maybe that's playing for her, and they switched at each period. I don't know what's going on, but she's
everywhere. She's doing everything, up in the play and back on defense. And a lot of those 30-minute AHL defense, man, it's because they don't rush up much. They're just solid stay-at-home defense. Well, she's not doing that. She's lasting this long, and she's not resting on the ice the entire time. She's always moving, always getting in position, always making the play.
I don't think I've seen her standing still all game.
Nope. Well, battling for the puck, if that's really you're using your upper body, but
and that's tough work. So if she takes like a couple seconds to go battle in the corner, she's more than excused.
Yeah, Romaray getting the puck in deep, and now Ridley physical, a bit of frustration maybe, not called. Oh,
looks like that might have hit someone on the bench.
They kind of ducked down, and I think they kind of brought their head, right over the bench, and
I think it might have hit Watt on the bench. But
it hit off a helmet for sure.
You could hear it from here.
Yeah.
Far side of the rink, and you can still hear it.
And Steelers again just dominant on the face-off. Ridley, that's another, yesterday I thought maybe Chicago Young Americans were just that great on the face-offs, but again, Steelers are doing it to Ridley as well, so Ridley needs to work on something. Even if you are playing a dominant team, you want to come away with about a half, and that hasn't been the case today.
No, it's been more of like a 70 to 30% split, I would say.
And obviously, face-off winning it can mean a lot for puck possession. With 2 Steelers, that'll be a break for Ridley and breaking out. 2 Steelers players knocking down together, but a bad pass gets it to Allen, and they've done nothing with that kind of chance. Gets on net, puck covered.
Two Steelers down, and they couldn't get the break to get out of the zone. Alex Allen held it in at the blue line.
And that breakout, the first 3 we saw, that we were just like, oh, good. They listened to us. They listened to their coach. Obviously, we saw the same thing as us, but we didn't see it there, and it's really going to have to just take a breather. I'm thinking if you're Ridley's coach, you might need to take your timeout sooner than later if this keeps up, and just remind them what they talked about in between that second and third period. Puck goes wide, and here Ridley goes, skating up. It's Tegan Ray.
And if we're being fair, Ridley came into this game as the complete underdog anyway.
Indeed.
But it's just not been a great game for them.
Again, there's a lot of little mistakes, but this hasn't been a glaring where you've let a goal scorer just sit in the slot unopposed for a good few seconds, calling for the puck. Things like that where it's just like, well, there's has to be scored on. It's little mistakes, but the Steelers team is just hopping right on it. Shot from Gorley from the point. Blocked by Johnston. Almost looked like it almost slid under her pad, but she was able to clamp it down and keep it there. Yeah, so it's not that Ridley's playing a horrible game, making flagrant, dumb plays. It's just that when they are out of position, when they do miss, when the bounces over the stick,
the Steelers aren't missing,
and they hop on it, and they're just so fast and right there. And again, the Steelers have played an extra game this weekend, but they look like they're just fresh. They're on the ice. They're everywhere on the ice. The puck shot up and hit some players to stay in.
Another big problem. Ridley has yet to shoot on goal this period.
Yeah, we talked about there was 4 shots to point out. We had 7 in the first, not 8. 7 in the first, only 4 in the second. when you're down by 4, you're going to need more than that many shots.
And they have yet to shoot with 8 minutes gone in the third. Or to hit the net. They have shot, they just haven't hit the net yet.
It's not soccer. You don't count tries. As they're able to, Shannon Snow knocks the puck away from in front of her net. Good play defensively. And she blocks the shot in defense, trying to get around, just not able to. In front, we'll see. I think that's Watt. Yeah, trying to get it up and get it out. Just again.
And that was a great blind pass by Steelers, really.
Yeah, just able to get it out, keep it in, and I mean, they're making Ridley ice it again. This is probably the 4th or 5th icing. That was really just we need a line change. We're too tired, and it just kind of sums up the game where
Ridley has struggled with the breakout, and like you said, those 3 breakouts early in the first few minutes of this third period, they were really good, and they're just nothing has worked out for them since then.
Since that penalty and third period goal, they're kind of regressing, gone back to what they did in the first 2 periods, and they're going to need to just kind of hunker down and bring it. It's a face-off. Ridley win there. See if they're able to do anything there. They aren't. It's lost, but
weird bounce at the blue line.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to bounce and come out and be a break for Ridley, but it didn't, and even the bounces aren't going their way.
Bounce. That's when it's the worst, is when the pucks are bouncing off the boards and still not going.
Off balance, gets knocked down, but great play. And looks like that should have been a tripping, but that goes off as well. And
2 missed calls on that play.
Sims dumping it in deep. We talked about, the refs letting the physical, be a little high, and that's okay, but
and they're going to call that one.
That looks like maybe a payback hit, as
and
Vanderboys was the one taken down here. Now, she was a little bit off balance, and I don't think we've seen that where someone off balance gets kind of knocked and they fall down. I don't think we've seen that call, but Abby Grexton going down in the end, it looks like she was hauled down. Vanderboys, after being pulled down, I mean, it was a flagrant body check, but you got to wonder if, some frustration. Shaylin Snow's penalty last period, again, some frustration with the physicality. You want to let the kids play. You don't want to be always blowing your whistle on, okay, you've done this wrong, you've done that wrong, penalty.
But at what point do you say, okay, that's enough
when a team's starting to get, because those borderline calls keep going against them, that they're going to just start. A great shot by Waugh. That's another power play goal. We got a bad penalty by Ridley, but exactly when the players are getting frustrated because you're getting hit, you're getting knocked around, and you're really not supposed to. That they just go and they level someone. Well, you have to kind of look back. It's like, okay, we need to put a stop to this, because otherwise it could escalate. There could be more hits like that, and in a league where checking isn't allowed, you don't learn how to take a check as well. You know how to brace yourself for being rubbed up in the boards. But again, that was probably it was a bad missed call, maybe even 2 calls there. And it turns around, they call the one on Ridley, which you have to call because it was so obvious. Just like Snow's penalty earlier that came after another missed call. And we talked about Steelers not being put in the box yet, and we don't want to blame the refs and say, well, Ridley hasn't deserved their penalties. It's not that. It's just that those borderline calls.
The borderline calls have escalated, and all of a sudden there's one team that's not getting called.
Mm-hmm. Snow bringing it down in and shooting in. And exactly, and Steelers, maybe they're seeing that we can do the first strike because it's the retaliation, which you're always taught in hockey, you don't retaliate because, the first strike gets the ref's attention. Now they're looking at you and you retaliate. But I mean, when there's a play at the puck and the first strike happens at the play at the puck,
you've got to call that.
The ref is looking at you, so I got a couple missed calls, but again, would those missed calls have turned around a 6-0 game? It might make it closer, but the way they have playing, perhaps not too much. And again, that pushing, rubbing in the boards, we've seen that, we like that, and it's good. So that's not what we're talking about, obviously.
No, it's the obvious trippings on a close play to the net.
And the bigger hits against the boards. Excuse me.
So now the puck in behind the net, and they'll get it out across the blue line, which they have to do, but with 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
We need to hold that. We kind of talked about it yesterday, that kind of possession change cycle. You get it down on their end, you give it up, they bring it back to your end, give it up, and we just saw a few merry-go-rounds of that. Again, Steelers taking it,
this has been Pacific's strong point, is that they'll pick up the puck in their own end, and they'll break out the other way quickly.
Play in front of the net. Good play by, I believe that's Ava Jass. Puck sliding behind her goalie, and she gets her stick down and holds it back in her goalie legs. So yeah, we saw it there, and even that time Pacific, they brought it in to Ridley's end, but Ridley bringing it to Pacific's end and just kind of back and forth until this. Oh, great shot, great tip down.
It's a good glove grab by Maggie Johnston on that one.
Steelers finally bringing it in, getting a shot on net, a cover, and a quick face-off shot and cover again. Another quick face-off shot. This one's tipped over by Johnston. Rung around the boards. Allen not able to keep it in this time.
So Ridley finally getting a couple shots on the net there, but that brings them to a total of 13 shots this game, which is not good enough to win a game.
Oh, and that'll be a Steelers penalty again. And there's,
Is that going to be a call against Ridley again?
No, that's the Steelers this time. I know you're looking down to at your stat sheet, but I believe that's Raman Rai, a check up against the boards. And again,
because I did see that the Ridley player was underneath in a bit of a pile-up, so I was very confused.
Ridley asking why the penalty not going all the way down. And I've seen it both this tournament. It'd be interesting to get someone from the league to talk, or even one of the coaches, if penalties get brought all the way down, because there it didn't. And we've seen it not earlier this game, but we've also seen it did earlier this game. And I don't know if there's like a certain stipulation for it or not. Long pass. And Ridley just trying to...
And this breakout for Ridley, again, missing their passes. And there's just not... They can't...
Took them 30 seconds to bring it down the ice on a power play. Jass getting the puck, looking, shooting from the side. Oh, gets blocked away. And again, Steelers just being there, knowing exactly what Ridley wants to do. And Ridley, well, this time they didn't retreat. They just try to power through it. They're trying for, we talked about perhaps a stretch pass. They tried for there, but it was just a little off. Minute 6 left in this power play opportunity for Ridley.
And the stretch pass, it was a
good effort.
It was a good effort, and I mean, at this point in the game, you got to take chances like that. 6:47 to go.
Allen gets it off the face-off and gets a shot off, and now Steelers have the puck on the penalty kill, and they're just gobbling up time.
And 50 seconds on the clock on this power play for...
Already 20 seconds in their zone, and they're finally breaking it out here. Let's see if they'll actually get possession all the way down. They get into the zone.
And it gets kicked away.
But defense are able to hold it in briefly. Yes, they are. Shooting in front of the net, trying to get something. 30 seconds left in the power play. And Steelers some pressure, and Kaler's like, well, if you're not going to skate for it, I'm going to harass you. Trying to set it up again. And again, if you can get your power play set up here, you're cycling here, even at even strength, you can usually carry that. But they can't get that.
But they can't cycle because they're...
Steelers just get it,
their passing isn't... They're not even going for the passes anymore. And
Alex
that's a problem.
Allen makes a rush. Broussard shooting on the penalty kill. And we are at even strength. So, I mean, the power play was really nothing.
The power play comes... And I mean, sure, it's nice the refs called a penalty on Pacific, but you know, if you're not going to get a shot away.
Broussard in the slot there gets knocked away, and another good chance by the Steelers, and Ridley again just flinging it down. This one will be on net, so likely not icing. Oh no, right next to the net. As a goalie, I get worried. Like, I would be out there playing it half at the circles, and
I would likely be out to the circles playing it too, because it's a good thing Madison Fox is more patient than I am.
Yeah, well, that's why she's playing junior hockey, and
I'm not.
We're retired to rec leagues and the glory days.
Yeah.
Great block.
The glory days is a good phrase.
Isaac.
Because as a goalie, I played a couple games this year as a skater, and it's like, how do you do that?
And up and over, and Steelers get it back out. And Steelers bring it back in, and they're better at. Oh, what a great grab by Lenardin.
Looked like a pretty flagrant trip there by the Tigers in behind. No call on that one though.
Maybe letting them kind of play, you know, you hit the skate, but it wasn't terrible. Hopefully. Long filling a pass, Steelers getting on that, and I mean the Steelers, it's not that they're not, oh, and a great pass to Kaler, almost a good deke between the legs, but just hitting the defense skate. But the Steelers, it's not that they're not doing what they should be doing, but they don't have the intensity, and I think they've kind of we're going to keep playing our game, but we don't have to ram it down their throats and doing that. That's a great pass up to Watt to Snow shooting on net. Oh, I believe that hit off Fox and then the post and went wide. Steelers going the other way. Raman Rai just kind of dancing around and falls. Puck does get knocked in, and Steelers bringing it in deep beyond Ridley to get the puck out again. Ooh, dangerous pass in front of the net. Snow knocking it to the side. The Steelers changing their forwards and a D-man. Have a good chance here to pass up to Snow, their leading point player. Trying to work it to the net. Second effort, Watt hacking in the side there. Not able to get it in, and you know, it's a good play by Watt. The whistle's not blown. I don't care the goalie's hand on it. I'm going to try pushing it in, and then when the whistle blows, you back off.
Might as well, because at this point, 3 minutes and change to go in this third period. You're just looking for a little bit of a consolation prize, I would say, at this point.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes taking momentum and a loss into your next game can be a big thing. You know, you play for pride. First of all, you never want to roll over and give up, and I know none of these Ridley players are doing that. And again, I don't think the Steelers are letting off the gas too, as when I was saying earlier. They're not playing with as much fire, but they're still making sure they're in the play. You know, just kind of holding back as Ridley gets a chance, but just that's Carmen Elliott just not able to get her skates underneath her to balance for a shot in the high slot, and they knock it in the corner. And the Steelers breakout, doing very well, puck in deep, and that's another thing that Ridley College, when they do break it out, it takes a lot of time for them through the neutral zone to actually get a chance even at dumping it in the zone.
And even just to cross the blue line.
And even cross the blue line. And Steelers, when they break out, they're full head of steam. They're flying through that neutral zone. Oh, puck's loose in front of net, thrown on net. Johnson knocks it away. Taylor kind of stretching to do it, not a hard shot, but still able to. And Vanderboys just kind of tries dumping it in so she can change. Good effort by Russell to knock him back.
And it looks like we're seeing Wong out there with Gormley again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking the pairing with Alex Allen may just be a power play kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I saw Gormley with Alex Allen earlier this period too, so maybe, at this point, you kind of just rotate your D.
Make sure everybody's getting out there with fresh legs and nobody's spending too much time out there.
It looks like they only have the 4. I only see 2 on the bench on this side, and the other one being
well, looking at their roster, that's all I see.
Oh, offside, and the linesman just lets that go. She kind of tapped it a second time, and then decided to back off. Great grab by Russell, bringing it in deep. Oh, sorry, that's Culligan. Thought that 9 was an 8. In the corner, Snow in there. Throwing her on the board, so a minute 15 left in this third period. Ridley trying to get rid of that goose egg. Battling hard, and they're doing really good. They've been clamping down harder on the Steelers breakout. Snow has in front of the net. Deke, backhand. Oh, good chance by Snow, just going through sticks and players. Clark throwing it from the point. Great play by Madison Fox. It looked briefly like she had some net behind her shot, but Madison sliding in front. So Ridley doing better at just getting to that puck on the Steelers breakout and not letting him, and they haven't done that all game. 52 seconds left. It's a little too late for a win, but again, talking about just pride and momentum, perhaps we can see some of that there.
Shot goes off a leg, and another good opportunity. The Tigers, it's just this effort came a little too late for them.
Well, a lot too late. Down by 6. You needed it at least all period when you're down by 4 at the beginning of the period. 20 seconds left, but they're doing a good job here.
So Alex Allen is actually a Boston University commitment for next season. Assuming she graduates this year.
A lot of these student athletes have better grades than
I did.
So I believe you would. That's a long move going from BC. Where in BC are these Steelers from?
Pacific.
No, I keep saying St. Catharines, but that's Ontario. Richmond,
BC. To Boston University.
Across the country, and of course, Boston College.
The 49th.
Yeah. That's a great program. I lived a little bit in Minnesota. My mom coached people who went on to play for different UMD, University of Minnesota, both outstanding women's college hockey program. And so Boston College, really not to like them because they were always pretty good. Would do against us, but as the game comes to close, Pacific Steelers, led by Alex Allen, led by Cameron Wong.
Madison Fox as well.
Great
14 saves for the shutout.
Great showing. They take the win here, and they go to play the Young Americans, beat them yesterday 5-2. And it wasn't that. The Americans just brought a high-intensity game and just kind of out-bettered the Steelers. But the Steelers have a chance here going into that game. If they can keep doing what they did here, they're going to give the Young Americans. I believe the Young Americans did squeak out a win. We'll have to check the site.
5-2 was the score.
Yeah, 5-2. I believe they beat Balmoral Hall. So, and again, I think the Steelers will likely be the one team to unseat the on-fire Chicago Young Americans. Ridley, right now they're 0-3. It's not a lost, hopeless cause that's there, but they do have to do something here because you have later today, you have Balmoral again, and then tomorrow you have the Pacific Steelers again. So you're going to have to do something because those are going to be, you've lost to both teams before. This is one of those things. Both teams. Ridley pulled it in. Beginning of third, end of third was decent, but that middle, it just got away from them. 2 penalties, 2 power play goals. They were a little bit more undisciplined, and we talked about the Chicago being not penalized as much, only the 1 penalty, probably 2 others should have been called, but that didn't determine the outcome of the game. there's other issues. Ridley was more undisciplined. Ridley deserved more penalties.
They did.
And the retaliation on those penalties. Again, you can't retaliate. I get you frustrated, but both teams, both the ways, it was mostly clean. It was physical, mostly clean, and it was within the rules. And that's what you like to see. You like to see body contact. It just can't be a flagrant check. And the Steelers, they were very physical. They did body contact very well. Except for a couple times that we think should have been called that weren't. But for the rest of the game, most of the frustration came from just strong play. So Ridley, they'll have to just kind of shore that up. Again, we saw yesterday Ridley took a penalty after the whistle against the Young Americans, and so that's something the coach has to do. Just this has been a physical tournament. Don't get in the box because of it. Out physical them, but do it legally on the ice. So that's another thing that I think Ridley needs to work on, as well as the breakout. I don't want to sound insulting, but the breakout they're doing is something you learn back in Pee-wees, and it's a good breakout. That's why you teach it. You want it to be second nature to your breakout, but when the team is jumping on it, you got to change it up. And
you got to find a way that you're going to be able to spread the puck around and make a play that they don't expect.
Yeah, get it over the blue line, but not only that, now have the puck over the blue line. Again, we saw those first three breakouts of the period. It was like, okay, good. They saw that. They're going to come back, and then they just kind of reverted after that the first power play goal. So it's unfortunate. It is what it is. 6-0 Pacific Steelers over the Ridley College. Our next games are at 5:30 today, so please tune in. We'll have all four teams on the ice. I'm Kevin Larson of Manitoba Sportsnet, along with Jared Thiessen. Thank you, and have a good day.
SAR Sport and Recreation in Steinbach. We're the Husqvarna motorcycle, Polaris ORV, and Polaris slingshot dealer. Along with full sales of new and used, we offer service, parts, and sales for everything. Come and see us in Steinbach.